Good evening, everybody. I'm gonna wait for some people to come in to our live on today. Again, I want to apologize for yesterday for our Boss Move Monday, Boss Life Monday. We weren't able to come in on yesterday. I had some things that came up that caught me off guard, and so again, I want to apologize for that. But I'm here today to make up for that time that we missed on yesterday and to catch us up so we can stay on track going forward. So we're gonna wait for a little bit for some people to come in the room so that this live can be enjoyed by everybody. And if you're on already, I want you to go and uh, invite 3 people. Go on and share the link to this live and share it with 3 people that you feel like would benefit from hearing about this live, this belief. We're going to be talking about belief. Belief pays more than hard labor. So we're going to talk about that on tonight. I'm going to give you about 5 minutes. We're a little bit early. I don't like being late. So we're going to give a few minutes for some people to come in. I want to welcome you guys in tonight. Hope everybody's doing well. Hope you guys had a good day at work. I'm going to give everybody a few minutes to come in and listen. And I want you guys to invite 3 people in. Don't be selfish with the information. Invite 3 people in that could benefit entrepreneurs of any trade. It doesn't have to be barbering. It doesn't have to be in the beauty industry. These principles go all the way across the board. Even if you don't work, Miss Lucy, it doesn't matter whether you work or not. Listen, you can always benefit in your personal life from this information. Okay, so whether you work or not, it doesn't matter. This will help you in your personal life as well. Okay, because these are principles, so they go all the way across the board. Situation and circumstance change, but principles always remain the same. Okay? Listen, and I want you guys to interact with me on tonight. I'm going to give you guys a strong 30 minutes. And I'm telling you, we're going to engage, we're going to enjoy this, and we're going to benefit from the information that's going to be shared on tonight. Whether you're working or whether you're just going to apply these principles to your personal life, it's going to work. Happy birthday, Net. Happy birthday to you. Want to say good evening to everybody. Thank you guys for coming in on tonight. We want to give some people some time to come in. We're going to give them a few more minutes, about 2 or 3 more minutes, and then we're going to get started. How many of you guys had a good day at work today? Let me see a hand raised in the chat. Let me know you guys had a good day on today. Don't make me feel like I'm talking to myself. Y'all talk back with me, and we're going to go ahead and get through this. How many of y'all had a good day today? Whether you was at work or whether you was at home. Let me know you had a good day today. Put your hands up in the chat and let me know you guys had a good day. Any day that God gives you opportunity to breathe, it is a good day, because there's many that have gone on that didn't get this opportunity. So listen, this is a good day. No matter where you spent it or how you spent it, it's just a good day to be here. Good. I know that's right, Lalita. Okay, listen, I'm going to go ahead and get started. And those that are going to come in a little bit later, they can catch up with us where we're at, or listen to the replay. Um, First, I'd like to welcome you in. If you can see behind me, Boss Life Mondays. Mondays is the day that I chose because it's the beginning of our work week. And the same energy that we have on Friday to get off and to enjoy the weekend is the same energy you need to have when your work week starts. That same energy needs to be um, exuded from you, as far as the energy that you have, so that productivity can be formed. Let me share something with you. We're going to be talking tonight about boss. When you see that word boss, you think about somebody that's governing over something, or somebody that's ruling over something. Not necessarily. That's not what we're going to talk about. We're going to use boss, the B. We're going to use that, the O's, the S, and the S. It's a system that I created that I'm not just talking about. It's something that I've tried and that I have made, and I've proven that it works. When I came to Texas, I had nothing. I had nothing. And some of you that are on here tonight knows that I came here with nothing, because I stayed with you. I didn't have nothing when I came to Bay City, Texas. But I had a will and a determination to make it. And by sticking in and being consistent, it worked out. So the method or the system that I used was the boss method. And I'm going to share that with you on tonight, on what I use. So tonight we're going to exhaust the letter B. And how many of you guys know what that B stands for in boss? How many of you have any idea of what that B stands for? And be mindful, that's the foundation, and your foundation has to be secure, and it has to be strong, because you can build a beautiful building, a beautiful edifice, a relationship, a business on anything, and it's not going to stand if the foundation is not strong. The foundation has to be strong. So with that being said, and since you guys ain't interacting with me, I'm going to go ahead and talk to you and tell you what it is. That I apologize, you guys. I got a call and it just knocked the live off. But I'm back. Listen, that B stands for belief. Your belief system has to be so strong, and it has to be solid. And listen, and when you have a solid belief system, anything that you build on it is going to stand. So, first of all, I just want to greet you guys. I want to say thank you for coming in, because you could be anywhere on tonight, spending your time doing anything after a long, busy day at work. But I want to tell you guys thank you for coming in. Now, listen. Belief can make you more money than hard work can. How many of you guys believe that? Show me some hands and let me know that it doesn't always take hard work, sweat, the breaking of your back, hardcore labor in order for you to be successful, or for you to build a strong belief system. It doesn't take that. What it takes to build a very strong system, or to be successful, is to have a very, very strong belief system. And whatever it is that you believe in, nobody can shake you from it. That belief system is your foundation. Belief, and then let me share something with you. The belief that you're gonna get on tonight, the education that you're gonna receive free, the belief system that you guys are gonna get on tonight. Let me share something with you. That belief system is going to be so developed that when you leave here tonight, you're going to be richer than you was when you came in the room tonight. So you're saying, "Oh, I want to make me some money." Everything that you touch after tonight, if you implement these principles on belief, it's gonna stabilize relationships. It's going to stabilize your income, and not only stabilize it, but it's going to grow it because of your belief system. So listen, tonight we're going to talk about belief. But before I get started, I'm going to share something with you. I'm going to share a personal story where I used this system at the very beginning of my career in barbering. And when I first started, I didn't have no clientele. I didn't have anything. But what I did have is a strong belief in my ability to perform that I understood and that I knew. I used to cut hair in Bay City, Texas with no barbershop. I didn't have no barbershop at all. And I was cutting hair with a backpack, going to people's houses, cutting hair for $5. For $5. And I cut hair that way until I was licensed. And then when I got licensed, okay, I went up to $10. And then we cruised up to $15. And that's where it stayed at for a very, very, very long time. So you tell me, in order to reach a decent salary, even back, say, 10 years ago, to reach a decent salary, how many heads would I have to cut at, let's just go to the $10 mark, at $10 to make $3,000 a month, not a week, a month. How many heads would I have to cut? Put it in the chat for me tonight. To make $3,000 at $10 a cut, how many heads would I have to cut if I want to make $3,000 in a month? Talk to me, you guys. Talk to me. Come on. Lalita, tell me, how many heads would I have to cut at $10 to make $3,000? Talk to me, you guys. Come on and talk to me. I would have to cut 300 heads at $10 to make $3,000 in a month. Yes, 30 heads would give for 300 would make me my $3,000, right? So listen, all I'm going to tell you is that there's only 18,000 people in Bay City, and I was not born here, I wasn't raised here, and I really didn't know anybody. So I would have to put in some serious hours, some serious work, and some serious marketing, and I would have to work really hard in order to make this happen. But if I have a belief system and I knew who I was, then listen, I'm telling you right now, when you have a strong belief system, you don't have to do no hard labor because you believe in yourself. I know the dog I have in me, that fight, that willpower. See, skill can be taught, but will has to be something that's on the inside. And when you have that on the inside, it doesn't matter if you cut 5 heads or if you cut 100 heads. You know that at the end of the day, that you're gonna press so hard that you're gonna reach your goal because I believe in me. I know what I can do. You may not can believe on everybody that may be on your team, and if they're on your team and you can't believe them, you need to X them out. Because your team, you got to know the people that labor among you. You got to know them people that are working with you so that you could be working to the same common interest. And let me tell you something. If it worked for me, it can work for you. I now have a barber school. I've had my own barbershop for years. I have a barber school and the Lord has blessed it and is doing very, very well. And I'm grateful. Built a school in Katy, a school up there. Then the doors began to open up because I know my belief system and I'm going to go get it and come back with it at the end of the day because I know what I'm capable of. Built a school at TSU. Texas Southern University in Houston, a single-owned black business went into a HBU, and I put Next Level Barber Institute at a HBU and was doing well until COVID came, and then it got shut down. So a lot of times the Lord will open up doors for you for a season, and then he will bring you back to the place that he wants you to be. So now we're here in Bay City and we're flourishing here in Bay City. You got to be able to know when to move. Your belief system has to be that strong that you know when and how to move. What is belief? What is belief? Belief is in my estimation is confidence and certainty put together. Belief is confidence and certainty put together. When you're confident about a thing, it doesn't matter what it looks like. It don't matter what you feel. It don't matter what you see. It don't matter about that. When you're confident, you know beyond a shadow of a doubt that everything is going to be all right. Even if it doesn't look all right. Even if it doesn't look like it's going to turn out all right, you got to know that it's all right. And when you know that, your belief system will be strong. And listen, the certainty that you have, it'll show up in your productivity. It'll show up in your walk. It'll show up in your conversation. It'll show up by the relationships that you have, business relationships. It'll make me go out and get it when it doesn't look like there's nobody even to go out there and get. Nobody on your live. If you believe in it, and technology is what it is, you can put a live on and nobody has to be in it, and the replay will play, and you will get more people with that than you would being in a physical building waiting on one or two to come. You will go across the nation in a blink of an eye with technology that it is today. So you either gonna believe in it or you're not gonna believe in it. You're either gonna be certain and you're going to be confident in what you believe, and then it's going to show up in the productivity of your work. It's going to show itself. So the formula is this: skill plus confidence times communication, it creates income every single time. So you say, well, how do you feel? Because you can have a skill. So like barbering. Barbering was a skill that I had developed. It wasn't something I was born with. It was something that I developed. I put the time in. I kept practicing. I keep putting in the time. I kept practicing. And then my confidence began to build. And as my confidence began to build and I kept putting in the practice, then it showed up in the work. So you can have skill and you can have confidence. And then with the communication being multiplied by it, me cutting this one head and this one head showing up over here at this household, and where there's 10 people at, now 10 people know about the haircut. Who put that cut on you? And then it begins to spread like wildfire. And look, my confidence level was so strong in my skills because I put in the time, I put in the practice. I got in there and put forth the effort. Then listen, times the communication, then my income showed up. It'll happen every time. But if you sit back, you don't have confidence in yourself, you're not brushing up on your skills, it's not going to come just overnight to you. It's not. It's not going to just happen because, Lord, bless me with this. Lord, show me how to do this. Lord, show me how to do that. He might show you, but until you put forth the effort. Faith without works is not going to produce anything. You can be hungry, and if you don't plant the seed that's in your hand, there's no harvest coming up. So you won't eat. So if you don't work, you don't eat, right? So somebody's got to get out there and put in the work. And who better than yourself? Okay, who better than yourself? So the winning formula to building belief is confidence plus certainty, and then adding skill to it, and your confidence being built, then times out by communication, because people are going to talk. Guess what's going to happen? Your income's going to follow. Your skill is the seed, your belief is the water, and then your communication is the sunlight. Miss one and your money won't, and your money does not grow. You got to have all three of them. You got to have it. You got to have the seed that's going to go in the ground. You got to have the belief that's going to water it. When nobody else believes in you, there's a song in the church world called "Encourage Yourself." You got to get in that place of encouraging yourself. You have to. When people talk to me, oh, you can't cut that line, that edge was leaning. It might have been leaning then, but it ain't leaning now. And the only reason why it's not leaning, and I'm not bragging, but I'm speaking in confidence, is because I put the time in. I threw the seed out there, I planted the seed, and I stayed in there, and I watered it, and I watered it, and I watered it, and I watered it. My belief system watered it. And let me tell you something. And then the communication is the sunlight. When people begin to talk, it begins to spread. And when it begins to spread, so just think about it. With anything, if you talking to somebody, and the more time you spend in relationship talking to that person, your relationship flourishes. That's communication. That's the sunlight. It begins to flourish. In the natural world, when you take a real life seed and you put it in the ground, you believe in that it's going to grow, because you're going to go out there and cultivate that ground. You're going to make sure the weeds are out of it. You're going to make sure that the things that it takes to grow that seed, because you and your kids are hungry. So you're going to watch that seed. You're going to grow that seed. And then the communication, people, oh, look at that person out there. Look at Kim out there toiling in that ground, toiling in that ground. Ain't nothing coming through. But in order for something to grow, it's got to go down first. How many of y'all know that? It's got to go down in the ground first. It grows both ways. It grows in the ground first, and then a root sprouts up. Okay? But if you don't cultivate the ground, and while they talking, you steady believing in what you believing in, and you steady out there cultivating the work. And as you begin to cultivate the work, I'm telling you, it's gonna bring forth some more communication. And the more people see about it, see your labor, see your work, see you striving, see you doing, guess what? It's going to spread like wildfire. And then when you begin to step in that place, then your income is going to grow. Your income is going to grow. How many of you guys are tracking what I'm talking about? If you're tracking what I'm talking about, let me see you putting your hands up in the chat. If tonight you believe what I'm teaching you, and that belief is the foundation, let me tell you something. The battleground is right here. It's in your mind. It's the suke. It's your soul. It's your mind. It's your thought process. You can't be no more than what you can perceive in your mind. If you can't see it, you're not going to be able to achieve it. You're not going to be able to achieve it. You got to close your eyes, because how many of you know that there's a difference between sight and vision? There's a difference between that. If you can see me naturally with your eyes, you have sight. Okay? You have sight, which is a blessing within itself. But everybody that has sight don't have vision. They don't have vision. Vision is to be able to see something that does not exist, that is not in existence. You got to be able to see past the natural. You got to be able to see past what is right there in front of your face. There's many instances that I've had to have vision. Leadership cannot lead effectively without a vision. Without a vision, the people perish. That's a principle. That's in relationship. If the head of your relationship don't have vision, the relationship ain't going far. If a church does not have a leader that has a vision, the people gonna perish, because you're the head and they can't go further than the head. The leadership is the key. Next Level Barber Institute cannot go any further than I take it. I'm the head. I got to have the vision in order for that school to flourish and to grow and to stay true to his name, Next Level. Boss Life Mondays would never be what it is without the visionary in place to be able to see what it is. There's a difference. How many of you guys understand that? If you're tracking, how many of you understand that there is a difference between vision and sight? And you got to have vision. And when you have a vision and your belief system is governed by your vision and not your sight, see, because your bank account could read zero. Your bank account could read zero. And you could be all upset and bothered about many times. At some point, I didn't even have a bank account. Not alone having a banking account reading $0 or $2 or $3 or $5 in it to keep it open. Okay, there was a time I did not even have a bank account. But let me tell you something. When you have a vision and you work and you know where your belief lies, I knew what I was capable of. I just had to get myself in a position and condition my battleground in my mind. I had to cultivate that ground in my mind. So a man thinks, so is his reality. Your perception is your reality. So in order to build a strong belief system, you have to have a perception of what you can visualize. If you can't visualize it, you're going to be stuck in the place that you see, because you're only moved by what you see. Oh, I'll never make $1 million. You've already made $1 million in your life, I'm sure. If you're anywhere in your 30s or 40s, you've done made 20s even today. You done made $1 million, but you're not in $1 million status because you didn't make it quick enough. You didn't take the money and make it quick enough and make it have babies, make it produce after its own kind, to produce more money. You took your seed that you should have put in the ground and you ate it. So how's it going to bring forth a harvest if you ate it? It's not. It's not going to bring forth a harvest because it's not going to go in the ground. In order for a root to go down in the ground and to bring forth a harvest, a seed has to die. It has to go down in the ground. So that is the what. The belief system is the what. I told you guys the formula. If you guys remember the formula, if you're taking notes, if you're understanding what I'm talking about, skill plus confidence times communication equals income. every single time. It'll work all the way across the board with whatever you got going on. If you already got money and you have a skill of growing that money and you have confidence in your ability and it gets spoken of, guess what? It's going to produce income. It's going to produce income. Somebody came on here earlier and said, I don't even work. Okay. But if you have the belief to work what you already know, it's going to work for you and it's going to produce. Okay. So listen, if your husband's working, you can take these same principles and apply it to the seed that he brings in the house. A wise woman builds her house, but a foolish one tears it down with her own hands. You got to have some foundation. You got to have a strong belief system in whatever it is that you're believing. You got to have a strong belief system. So look, let's move from the what to the why. Why do I need a belief system? Why does belief pay more money than hard labor? Because listen, vision sees what's possible. Even when you can't see it visually, vision, when you can see past the circumstances, vision shows you what's possible. Not what is, but what's possible. What can be if your belief system is strong enough. So look, belief is like glasses for your future. Without it, you can't see opportunity even when they're right in front of you. If you got on a blue pair of glasses, it can be bright as all get out, real sunny, real bright. But if you got on some dark blue glasses, I'm going to see everything that appears to be blue. Right? So you got to have vision. You got to have the vision to see what's possible. And then that's the first thing. There's three different things. So you guys can write this down. You can put it down in your notes. So why do we need vision? Vision, it helps you to see what's possible. And it strengthens your belief system. And then the second thing is that it attracts people. Three reasons why belief pays more. Because then it attracts people. They'd be like, oh, she didn't have nothing. There's some people in Bay City know I come here with nothing. Nothing. Seriously. 3 bags of clothes and 3 kids and myself. That's 4 of us. So somebody didn't have a bag. Truck got burnt up. Didn't stop. I continued. I walked to work. Still made it. And I stuck in there and I believed in me. And you gotta have a why. You gotta have a why. And that why has to be the reason that pushes you when you can't see. Your belief system has to be strong enough because you remember that why. And I had 3 whys. And that was Andre, KJ, and Derek. And with those whys looking me in my face every single day, whether I felt like it, whether I thought I wanted to lay down and cry and just get up under the covers, look, you have to get to that place of remembering your why. You can't operate off of what you feel because it changes from moment to moment. You can't operate off of what you think because you're only thinking this way because of what you see, not on your vision. You got to be able to see past the circumstances. And so when you see that and people know that, they know the facts. They know I was on food stamps. They know that I was on welfare assistance and that I was on Section 8 and that I was barely making it. But I used that as a stepping stone and not a way of life because my belief system told me I was born for greater. I was born to be the lender and not the borrower. Even though at that point I had to borrow. But I wasn't born to stay in that predicament. I was born to lend, not to borrow. And he will make you the lender and not the borrower. But your belief system has to see past or be able to visualize past your circumstances. You cannot. And when you exercise those gifts right there, those attributes, then people will see it and the communication is going to take place. And when the communication takes place, people buy confidence before they buy competence. How many of you caught that? People buy confidence before they buy purchase competence. Okay? So listen. The third thing is it shapes your decision. Bold moves make bold money. If you're scared and you don't have a good, strong belief system, I'm telling you right now, you're going to be scared to make a move. And when you're scared to make a move, you're going to miss the opportunity. You're going to miss the opportunity. And when the opportunity passes you by and somebody else is in that same opportunity that you have, but they took the chance to believe in their confidence, they was confident and they believed in their skills. Listen, you got to move into that place of confidence. And the only way you do that is to believe in your abilities. You got to get yourself in that place because it's going to be too late if you wait and somebody else steps in that place. That place is going to be occupied. That place is going to be occupied. Then what's going to happen? You're going to be like, oh, they think they're better than me. No, they moved. You got to be timely in your moving. You got to move when he says move. When the opportunity presents itself, you got to make that move. So it shapes your decision. Bold moves make bold money. Belief makes you take shots. Scared people won't even attempt. You ain't even going to attempt to do it because you're scary. And when you're scared, you won't move. And when you won't move, you won't see production take place. You got to get into that place where you got to see past what you visually see with your eyes. And when you get past that place and you implement and you create vision, it's going to attract people and it shapes your decisions. And people begin to talk because you know people run their mouth, whether it's true or not. So let them see you advancing. Let them see you moving forward. And when they see that, I'm telling you, even your belief system is going to be strengthened. When you make moves that you was like, I don't know if that's going to work or not. But because I believe in my ability, I'm going to go ahead and take that leap of faith in believing in what I know. Okay, not what you feel, because really you ain't feeling it. You're like, okay, I'm going to go ahead and do this because I know this plus this plus this equals that. And guess what it's going to do? It's going to produce results every time. You take a seed and you plant it in some good ground, some fertile ground. Whether you see anything happening on top of the ground yet, believe me, some stuff is going on up under that ground. And roots are being formed in order for it to in order for it to be anchored and for it to grow up and produce, it's got to have some strength to be anchored in the ground. So even though you don't see what's going on up under that ground, there's some stuff going on in your life that you can't even see. There's some things that's going on in your business life that you can't even see. But you got to put forth the effort and get there. You got to. You got to put forth the effort. You got to believe in yourself. You got to have confidence. And when you have confidence, your belief system will begin to grow as you see these moves that you're making. Your confidence levels will build when you make one step and say, oh, okay, I see. That's working out. Okay. Yeah, okay. Go ahead. You take that next step. And as you begin to take steps, you'll see the growth happening, and then your belief system will be growing. It'll grow and you'll see the results. I want you tonight, if you're on here with me, I want you tonight to list the skills and the current prices that you may be charging for the skill that you have. Let me share something with you that I shared with my class on today, on my barber class on today. Let me tell you something. God is a creator, and we're all shaped in his image. And this ain't no church class tonight, but it's facts. It is what it is. You didn't just evolve and get here. So believe me, you came from somewhere. And so we're shaped in the image of our creator. And he is a creator because he created the heaven and the earth. That's the first thing. He didn't tell us first he was holy. The first thing he told us was he was a creator. Right? If I'm right, let me see you say I'm right. Say you right if I'm right. If I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong. But I'm telling you, in Genesis 1, in the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth, right? That's the word. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. He's a creator. And so we're shaped in his image. So naturally, you look like your parents. One of them, if not both of them. So in our DNA, we have the ability to create. We are to create. We are procreators. We create things. Okay, so whatever your skill is, and you begin to develop it because you're cultivating it, you're beginning to cultivate it, and you're beginning to practice it, you're beginning to push those skills. Let me tell you something. You're going to see the creations of your ability take place, of your skills take place. And so, listen, if you do not create, you're not going to feel fulfilled because that's in your DNA to create. To create. Every time I turn on those clippers, I create a haircut of that person's expectation. If they come in and they tell me they want a taper fade, I will be able to cut that taper fade customized to that individual's head. Every taper fade don't look exactly alike. Nobody's heads are shaped alike, but it's going to be customized to that person's head. But there are guidelines that every taper has to have. And I'm going to follow those same principles for every cut, and I'm going to end up with a taper on every single head that I start creating a taper on. But it's all going to look different because everybody's head is shaped different. We all are God's creation, but all of us look different. All of us have a different look. We're fat, we're skinny, we're tall, we're short, we're light, we're dark. Some got hair and some of us don't have hair, right? So some of us have glasses and some of us don't have glasses. So some of us have long heads, some of us got round faces. Whatever it is, we're all created in His image. All your biological children in this earth all don't look alike. All of them have their own identity, their own gifts, their own skills. And the same thing with us. We have our own gifts and our own skills. And let me share something with you. When you realize and list your skills, I want y'all to list your skills down because all of us are creators. Whatever it is, if it's making cookies, if it's babysitting kids, if it's teaching, if it's cleaning houses, whatever your skill is, list it down in the chat. Tell me what you're currently charging right now, and then tell me what your belief price should be. So let me tell you something. I charge $25 a haircut right now. $25. Do I think that's what my cuts are worth? No, I know they're worth more than that. But I charge that because now my skills isn't just, that's just a byproduct of my skill that I've created. But my real skill was to teach. And by me being able to teach, then I supersede that $25. Because that $25 is only when I turn them clippers on. But when I created a school to teach what I've already mastered, and when I say mastered, I didn't say perfected. There's a difference between mastery and perfection. So when I begin to teach the skill that I've mastered, then I can teach other people how to do the thing that I've learned how to do in 27 years in 21 weeks. And then they become an extent of my hand, and they become next level barbers. They're just not ordinary barbers. They're next level barbers. They have a standard to uphold. And so when I believe my skill, I stepped in and created the school. I'm not from Bay City. I come here not knowing anybody, right? But one set of family. And I'm telling you right now that when you know what you know and you believe in yourself and your confidence is where it needs to be, it's going to produce. Today, I have several houses. I'm in real estate. I've branched off and I'm teaching the very thing that I've mastered, and that's a source of income. And while I'm on here, I want to show you guys something. Tonight, if you've enjoyed what you've heard, look, you can go on Amazon. And I wrote this book, so yes, I'm an author as well. So Clippers to Cash Flow is a book that I wrote based on the principles and the system that I've created. It's on Amazon. You could go get it. It's $24.99. And you could also go get the audio copy for $9.99. And listen, let me share something with you. I am not a greedy person. I am not selfish by a long shot. Let me tell you something. Clippers to Cash Flow is how I did it. But all I had was a pair of clippers. And I put them into action and I began to sharpen my skill. And then it began to cash flow for me. Because now, not only am I making $25 a head, but I'm charging the tuition and the time that it takes me to teach each and every student. And the ratio is 25 to 1. So I'm not going to go into exactly what I'm making, but I can